What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as we're all aware, we did have a Dorian Finney-Smith for D'Angelo Russell swap happen over on Sunday. We went ahead and already did the Lakers side of the trade, so obviously here we are talking about the Brooklyn Nets, who have made their second trade of the season. So let's go ahead and dive into this Dorian Finney-Smith, D'Angelo Russell trade, and let's rebuild the Brooklyn Nets after they have done that. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Honestly, I agree with everything the Nets have done so far this season. They went ahead and traded Dennis Schroeder away, and they also traded away Dorian Finney-Smith. They haven't got like anything crazy back in return for any of them. They've mainly acquired second round picks, but second round picks like a couple years ago, you got you a player sometimes. Like I remember players being traded for like 5 seconds. Maybe that's something that pops up in the future. I don't know. I thought you'd for sure maybe get a first for Dorian Finney-Smith, but that's not the case. 3-and-D wings are pretty valuable in the NBA, so I thought he'd go for at least a first, but no, you get 3 seconds and Maxwell Lewis, of course, as well. And you get D'Angelo Russell, who, made the Nets really fun back then, but I'm not really sure he's going to be able to do that again here. He's going to have a lot of opportunity next to Cameron Thomas, so I guess that will be interesting. But regardless, here is rotation for the rest of year number 1. D'Angelo Russell, Cameron Thomas, Cameron Johnson, Watford, Claxton, Sharp, Wilson. Obviously, I think there's 1 or 2 more players left to trade here if you're Brooklyn, and Cameron Johnson is the main dude. Hopefully, you can get a first for this guy at the very least. They just paid him a lot of money. Obviously, 19 points per game, 43% shooting from 3. So he's definitely going to be a hot commodity for somebody that's going to want to acquire him at the trade deadline. So that is where we'll start. Let's get to the deadline, and let's see what we can get for Cameron Thomas or Cameron Johnson's services. That way we can continue to build off what the Brooklyn Nets have done so far. I like what they're doing so far, but let's make sure we get a first for Cameron Johnson, hopefully. Today's video is brought to you by Daily Grind Fantasy's Optimizer. If you plan apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any of these other popular DFS apps, having a tool like this is awesome to have to finding good plays right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. So as you guys can see, we have a very good play on Colin Sexton for tonight as we're recording this. We're recording this on Monday. Under 4.5 assists. Every single book is ripping him to go under. You have Pinnacle, one of the sharper books in the world, at -163. FanDuel and DraftKings, also known to be sharp for player props, -146, -145, and we found this play within 2 seconds, which is why I love using this tool. Also, to make sure to check out PrizePicks as well. Also, links down in the description below for this. You got college football on right now, playoffs. NFL is about to end. NBA, of course, is always on. NHL is on. The possibilities are endless. Use code Crushables. Play $5. You get $50 instantly when you're new. Make sure to check out both of them. Both links down in the description below. Use code Crushables, 25% off your first month on Daily Grind Fantasy's Optimizer. And PrizePicks, like I said, you get $50 instantly when you bet $5. Other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So I have thrown Cameron Johnson in the trade finder here at the trade deadline as I'm seeking out 1 unprotected first-round pick, hopefully, and the Miami Heat are offering me Duncan Robinson a first-round pick to do that. So obviously, this seems like a no-brainer. Duncan Robinson's contract, we'll take it on. No big deal. So we're also taking on his bad contract. But Miami's getting a really solid player. Now, this is weird because Miami might be trading Jimmy Butler, but they're still going to have like Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. So I can still see them try to be good. I don't know. It's weird because I don't really know where Miami is at. The other 2 offers are like Jonathan Isaac and a first. But the thing with this one is, obviously, Orlando using Cameron Johnson would be really good for them. But I have done this before in Nets rebuild, so I kind of want to steer away from just trading for the same trade I always do. And then New Orleans is offering me CJ McCollum and a first, which is also interesting. But I do have an interesting I do have something interesting for that, but I don't think we'll be able to make it happen, to be honest with you. But I think I'm going to settle on the Miami trade because we're just getting Duncan Robinson's contract, and Miami might still try to be good with obviously having Hero and Bam Adebayo. Maybe they end up selling everybody. I don't know. But Robinson and 2029 protected. Sign me up for that. And we'll do that. The one thing I would also do if you're if you're Brooklyn, I would definitely see if you can use Ben Simmons' expiring contract to take on some bad salary and also get a first-round pick attached to that bad salary. That's what I would do. I think they might end up doing that. We'll see, because Ben Simmons is a gigantic expiring contract, obviously. So there was a couple offers that were interesting. So, like, Detroit, if they wanted to dump Tobias Harris's contract, I just don't think they're there. And then the Blazers also popped up with, it did pop up earlier, but it was like Jeremy Grant in the first. I don't think the Blazers are there either yet, where they're just wanting to attach a first to Jeremy Grant. Like they wanted 2 firsts for Jeremy Grant from the Lakers. There's no way they're attaching a first to dump him. So yeah, that's something I would definitely explore. Another one that's interesting is the Pelicans are so horrible. I wonder if New Orleans would like sell CJ McCollum's contract off and attach a first with him. Like, I'm not saying they would, but it is interesting. I don't know if they would do this, but if we tried that, what do they want? They don't want to take on the extra salary. We don't. Well, we're getting the bad contract in this situation, so I don't know what you're talking about. Like, if we gave you Keon Johnson as well. Wow, that actually works. We're going to get a first-round pick from New Orleans to take on CJ McCollum's contract, which is fine because we're going to be rebuilding for a while. So that's what I would do if you're the Brooklyn Nets. So we get CJ McCollum's awful contract, which is totally fine. They're horrible, New Orleans, that is. We get CJ McCollum, which makes this roster very weird. But if New Orleans wanted some salary dumpage, wanted some flexibility, they trade CJ McCollum to do that. Maybe that allows them to resign Brandon Ingram easier. I don't know. But I'm all good with that. So we're going to go ahead, summate the rest of the season. Now, the only issue I have with this is, now this would be very interesting in how you start the rest of the season. We could be weird as hell. It really doesn't matter. We're just going to throw CJ McCollum at the 3. We want to be as bad as possible anyway. So defensively, we're going to be cooked. As long as we are in the lottery, that's fine with me. So CJ, D'Lo, Cam Thomas, you guys can all start together. As long as we're bad, that's all that matters. It looks like that plan of moving CJ McCollum at the 3 worked because we started to play really horrible, which is great. Because like I said, I wanted to be a lottery team because this Brooklyn team got their pick back. Claxton gets all defensive second team. Definitely would be interested to see if the Brooklyn Nets were interested in trading Claxton as well. They could probably get some good value for him, but we'll see if that ends up happening. So we did not make the plan, which is good because obviously I did not want to be there. But we got a couple first at the deadline for taking CJ McCollum's contract on, and obviously we got a first for Cameron Johnson. So that felt really good. But let's go ahead and submit the playoffs, and let's see how this ends up. And then ultimately, we need to find out where our pick is going to end up in the lottery because that's going to determine how the rest of this video truly goes. So LeBron James is going to call it a career and a bunch of other retirements. Let's go to the lottery. So for the lottery, obviously, fingers crossed that we jump up into the top 3 at the very least. We're projected 4, and we also have Milwaukee's pick. Why has Milwaukee been falling off? I noticed that in yesterday's video too, which is interesting. Now, I don't remember what trade that's exactly from, not going to lie to you, but whatever. It says we have the Milwaukee pick. Is that even supposed to be the case? Someone's got to refresh my memory on that trade, but we get number 3. We have 3 and 4. So why did the Nets have Milwaukee's pick, dude? Probably something obvious I'm just not thinking of, but I cannot think of it, why we have that pick. Should I research it? Should I like make sure we're supposed to have that pick? But I don't know, man. I'll just rock with it, I guess. I can't remember for the life of me why the Nets might have Milwaukee's pick this year, but we have 3, 4, 18, and 26. Obviously, I know why we have the Rockets pick from the James Harden trade. Or sorry, that's the other way around. I know why we have the Knicks pick from the Mikal Bridges trade. And then we have 3 and 4. Again, I don't remember why we have the Bucks pick. But regardless, let's go ahead, jump into the draft. And we already know we're hoping to land one of the forwards. I don't know if we'll get that lucky. Ace Bailey and Cooper Flag might go back to back. If not, Dylan Harper is not a bad player to bring in as well. Trey Johnson wasn't bad. So let's just jump in and see who we can get. So number 1 will be one of the forwards. Toronto, if you want to pass on Cooper Flag, I wouldn't blame you. 2 forwards go. So that's unfortunate. So back-to-back picks here. We're going to take Dylan Harper, and we'll take, we could take Trey Johnson out of Texas. We could take Igor. But I think we'll settle our backcourt here, and we could take Edgecombe as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get our backcourt going. Texas guard, and also, we obviously also got, why did I already just forget his name? Dylan Harper. God damn. Why did I already forget that? So Dylan Harper. Number 18, Michael Ruzic sounds good here. And then we get another late first-round pick. So 4 rookies being brought in, which is totally fine because we obviously need a massive overhaul in this roster. We'll grab Mr. Mac Boak. I don't know how to say that name. I'm not going to pretend to. So Ace Bailey goes 1 to Portland, which would be great. And then Cooper Flag goes to Toronto. So Harper, Trey Johnson, Michael McKenzie, and then Kanan Carlisle. So looking good. And then that's Malik Lewis. I don't know if he has any relation to Maxwell Lewis. But we can't sign him. So unfortunately, he's got to go. The Wilson, Clowney, and Dariq Whitehead. We'll bring all of them back. Zaire Williams, Daron Sharp, and Cameron Thomas are all free agents. So definitely have interest in bringing most of those back. We do have cap space as well, which obviously Cameron Thomas will be the main priority here. So we're going to try to bring him back. I think for me, if Cameron Thomas is our 6th man for the rest of the video, that sounds good. I'm not even going to worry about bringing back D'Angelo Russell. I don't really know if he's the future in Brooklyn. I don't think he is. And we just drafted 2 guards. So we really don't need D'Lo. And we also still have CJ McCollum, who probably will regress like crazy anyway. But yeah, we need to make sure that, Cameron Thomas, Harper, and Trey Johnson are the ones getting our minutes here. So that's fine with me. Jalen Wilson, Michael Ruzic. So small forward's looking good. So maybe we don't even need to bring back Zaire Williams at this point. What did he do for us in the season anyway? Doesn't say we have his bird right. So let's go see how he did on the season. Zaire Williams, was he at power forward or not? Just not, or was he? Where the hell is Zaire Williams? I don't know where he went. Is he at shooting guard? There he is. Okay, so he averaged. Ooh, yeah, we're good. We're good at letting him go. That's fine. He wasn't very efficient, so he can go somewhere else. We have plenty of depth at the positions he's at. So, is there anybody else I'm looking to trade here? We're going to be moving these guards around. We have nobody at point guard, but we'll move that around in just a second. That looks fine to me. And then you're also going to have Dariq Whitehead, which we are accepted. He might develop more. Clowney's our power forward, and Claxton. So, to me, the only player I have interest in bringing back is, well, there was a couple of guys, I think. Daron Sharp is one of them for sure, but for some reason, I don't see his name at the moment. So, maybe we can't get him back just yet, but let's see. Can we offer him? Yeah, so we should be able to offer him a contract. Just kidding, we could not. So, did we just renounce him? We might have just renounced him like an idiot. I just realized I renounced everybody, so that's my fault. Might be able to get him back still. We can renounce this trade exception for Cameron Johnson as well. But Daron Sharp is like the main guy I want to bring back. So hopefully we can still bring him back. I think we should be able to. So I really screwed this up. Nope, we're not going to be able to bring him back. Wow, I renounced him completely on accident like an idiot. But I guess it's fine. What can you do? And he's going to decline it now. So we lose out on him, but what we can do is we can move Clowney to backup center, which I think I've done in the past. So we'll move Clowney to the backup 5 now. And then we need to figure out our other forward situation because we have no power forwards right now at all. The power forwards, we can sign like Sandro. We sign Achua. We can give Bull some run. Jabari Walker, Warren. I guess we can sign the Jabari Walker to a 1-year deal. That's going to let me sign him to a 1-year deal, hopefully. So we'll sign him for depth, and we'll be in... Nope, the Blazers matches. Never mind, I won't even get him. So now, we're going to this season with a massive hole to power forward, which isn't the biggest deal in the world because we want to be bad anyway. So I'm not even complaining about that too much. We need to tank again and continue to tank. And we'll move things around. So let me move this rotation around a little bit. A little bit of a mess in that first offseason. I renounced a few guys I didn't mean to renounce. I just totally glossed over it. But let's go ahead and get into the next season with the new rotation. So one thing I didn't even notice is that Michael Ruzic is literally 6'10". So we had a power forward, which is my fault. I just didn't even notice how tall that boy was. So we have CJ McCollum, Cameron Thomas, Jalen Wilson, Michael, Claxton, Harper, Clowney, Trey Johnson, and Duncan Robinson. So the only issue I have with this is we need to start... Well, first and foremost, I really don't care about Duncan Robinson getting minutes at all. Like, he can just get out of the rotation entirely. So what I want to do is... I want to put Harper in over CJ McCollum because CJ McCollum is not a big part of the future anyway. So McCollum's going to come off the bench. Trey Johnson, I low-key kind of wanted to start. But, I mean, what we could do technically is we could move Cam Thomas, shooting guard still. And we could actually move Trey Johnson to the 3, who's 6'6". So we could probably get away with that. And we'll move him there for now. And then eventually we might turn that back to what it was. But we'll put Dylan Harper back in here. We'll throw Dylan Harper at 33 minutes. So Harper, Cameron Thomas, Trey Johnson, Michael, Claxton. So it's a massive youth movement here. Only Claxton and Cameron Thomas are the obviously same starters, but our rookies, Ruzic, Trey Johnson, and Harper are going to start, which is fun and exciting. So Cameron Thomas' shot tendency is looking good, but I wanted to see what the rooks is. So Harper's an 80, Trey Johnson's a 75, and Ruzic is a 60. So we'll leave that all the way it is. We'll simulate year number 2 with the expectations of being pretty bad, but so far we're over 500, so we'll see how things go, I guess. The Luka Doncic wins MVP this year, and Harper is your rookie of the year over the other forwards, which is good. Wasn't the most efficient, but he's a rookie. 16, 6, and 6 is great to see, and Flag wins 6-man on the Raptors. So Toronto is usually pretty good in the simulation, so they're going to be a force to be reckoned with later in the video if I had to guess. Here's all offensive first team and an all defensive second team. I saw Claxton there. But yeah, we're not a play-in or anything like that. The beginning of the season was interesting, but ultimately did not work out to a playoff or play-in team or anything like that. But the one thing we'd be excited about is that Harper, Trey Johnson, and Cameron Thomas were pretty damn good. But hopefully what we can do is we can get the #1 overall pick in this draft, and we can draft AJ. That would be fantastic. That would obviously be amazing. So the Mavericks are going to go on to beat the Knicks in 6. Let's see if this lottery swings our way or not. If we can get the first overall pick, I'd feel pretty damn good right now. So we're projected... where are we projected? Oh, wow. So we're only projected the 7th overall pick. Now, it does say the Rockets have it, but we all know that's not true. So let's see. how this goes down. Do we get lucky and get the number 1 overall pick? And we do not. So we're not gonna get that lucky. In fact, our pick stayed at 7. I guess it's better than going down the board, but yeah, that ultimately is disappointing because the Thunder are gonna walk away with AJ now via the Utah Jazz. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. Pretty disappointing, but what can you do? So Jordi Fernandez will leave as the head coach, and now we just need to go get our pick back from the Rockets. So do we have another pick from somebody? No. So let's just go get our pick back from the Rockets and draft whoever we can get at number 7. So let's see who the Thunder take when number 1 overall. It's going to be AJ, so that's going to make them that much better. And then Boozer goes to the Knicks. That's going to make them good. They were just in the finals. Darius via Chicago, or from the Blazers pick, which they even shouldn't really have, but whatever. Malik Thomas is Miami, and then number 7, here we are. So I think Koa Pete probably has to be the pick. We do need a forward for the future, so we'll go ahead and take Mr. Koa Pete out of Arizona, and he'll be our new guy on the team. He's a 77 overall, so he's going to be ready to contribute right away. Might even be the starter, depending on how much Ruzic develops. But Clowney, Whitehead, and Maxwell Lewis will accept all of those. Jalen Wilson's a free agent, which we do have interest in bringing him back, I believe. So Wilson, and let's make sure we don't renounce everybody this time. So we do have cap space to sign somebody, though, if we want to just go for it. So Harper, Cameron Thomas, Trey Johnson, Derek Whitehead, Koa, Ruzic, and then Claxton and Clowney. So, I mean, we'll see what the options are, I guess. So, like, Paulo. Do we have money for Paulo? We do. So, we have money for anybody. We have the cap space to sign anybody, which I guess I shouldn't be thrown off by because that's been talked about for the net. So, is there anybody that wants to come to Brooklyn to team up with what we got going on right now? And does he make sense for the team? I guess that's what we need to ask ourselves. Is there anybody? So, Jabari Smith is always someone I find very interesting because it makes me wonder if Houston's going to re-sign him. So, yeah, we did get Tari Eason yesterday, and we failed at getting Jabari Smith. But, I mean, Jabari Smith sounds like an amazing acquisition here. So that is who I'm going to throw an offer sheet at, and we'll see if Houston matches it. He fits the timeline of the team. We have all the money in the world to do it. So let's do it. Let's throw an offer sheet at him. Let's see if they'd pay him that much money. He's not worth that much money at all. He only averaged 13 last year, but I guess if you're Brooklyn, you have the money. Let's see if you can steal a free agent who's only 24, I guess. So Jabari Smith Jr. will come to Brooklyn, which feels good to get him. So welcome to Brooklyn, and then we'll just simply re-sign Jalen Wilson, and that should make us better for next year. We should already be a potential play-in team next year with Jabari Smith services added to the fold. So let's go look at player progression now, and let's see if this works out. So as you can see, Jabari Smith is up to an 88, which I didn't even expect him to develop that much. Harper's already up to an 86. So yeah, this team is already ready to turn up. So Clowney, Derek Whitehead are developing. Koa Pete is only 77, so probably won't get much run this year. But yeah, this feels good. This feels good. So now we're about to go into year what? Is this year 3 or year 4? I think this is only year 3. But I think we could be a playoff team this year. We can forget like just playing. I think playoff team is definitely possible with what we've added so far. Now, will we be a contender and win a championship? Not sure if I would go that far. But when you have a guy like Cameron Thomas who can score the hell out of the ball, you have Claxton making all defensive teams. You just added Jabari who can stretch the floor. You got Harper developing. Trey Johnson developing. Like, it's only a matter of time until this just really works out in our favor, I think. So let's take a look at what it's looking like. So Harper, Cameron Thomas, Trey Johnson, Jabari, Claxton, Clowney, Derek Whitehead, Jalen Wilson, Ruzic, and that is fine. So that does leave Koa Pete out of the rotation, which I feel a little bit bad about, but I think I'm fine with that. So we're going to simulate to year number 3 with the expectations of hopefully making the playoffs, but we'll see how it works out. Another MVP award here for Luka. Peterson's Rookie of the Year in Philly. Igor's your 6th man, Wayne Defensive Player, and Kobe Buffkin Most Improved, and John Morant's Clutch Player, and Kidd is your Coach of the Year, and Hobson is your Executive. So here's your All-NBA first team: Luka, Jokic, Wemby, John Morant, and Shea. All-NBA second team. I'm going through this a little bit more because I figured we'd see somebody here eventually, and we do see Dylan Harper, who has turned up even further. So he goes from averaging 16 last year to 22, 8 assists. Rebound stayed the same. Efficiency got just a little bit better from 3, and the free throw line field goal percentage was literally the same. But that is cool to see him on there. All offensive first team. Do we get Claxton continue? Yeah, so Claxton continues to make all defensive teams, which is good. 8, 12, and 2 blocks. But yeah, I mean, this team is ready to turn up, and we, in fact, did turn up as we're the 2nd seed in the East. When you get a bunch of young guys together, man, 2K loves it. 27 from Cameron Thomas, 22 from Harper, 19 from Trey Johnson, 16 from Jabari, 9 from Clowney, 7 and 10 from Claxton, 6 from Jalen Wilson, and 6 from Michael Ruzic. So we'll see how these playoffs go. I mean, we got Toronto round 1, who obviously have Cooper Flag. So this team is going to be tough. They got RJ Barrett off the bench, Jacoby Walter, Quickly, Barnes, Grady Dick, who's developed fully too. So they're going to be up 1-0. We do even it up, beat them by 1. So we got to take one in Toronto now, and we did. We take both in Toronto. Can we go up and beat them in 5? Yes, we can. So the fact we took that Raptors team down is impressive because I mean, if you've watched these rebuilds, man, Toronto always seems to make it really far. And we get the Pacers around 2. So the Knicks drafted Cameron Boozer and still lost. That's interesting. So now we get Indiana. So let's see what the Indiana Pacers have cooked lately. So Halliburton, Nembhard, Mathurin, they acquired Sohan somehow. So it looks like San Antonio decided not to sign him back, and he signed for only $2 million. I mean, I wish you could do that. Like back in 2K, like 18, you were able to do that with some of these. Like if you had a good enough rosters, like there was veterans that would ring chase and sign for like $4 million. And it happens all the time with the AIs, but you can't do that yourself. At least I've never seen it. Maybe somebody out there is able to do it. I don't know, man. Like I've never been able to sign like an 86 overall to a minimum contract like I've seen other AI GMs do. But here we go. Game 1 goes to us. It don't matter if you have Sohan. We're up 2-0 in your face anyway. No way we're about to make the finals already. Conference finals, okay. So we get conference finals already. We've lost 1 game thus far, and now we draw the Boston Celtics, which obviously they have Cole Anthony, Payne Pritchard's off the bench. So for whatever reason, they're starting Cole Anthony over Payne Pritchard. Don't know why. But interesting, I guess. So let's see if we can beat the Celtics. The Celtics usually aren't loved by 2K, but they did make it to the conference finals here. And okay, we were up 2-0. Now we're up 3-1. Do we beat them in 5? Beat them in 6? No, game 7. So game 7. The fact we're this close already, though, I mean, it's only a matter of time before, like I said, it's going to go our way. But it may go our way right now because we have the lead in game 7. But Boston's going to make things interesting. Can this be close at the end at least? No. So we're going to lose in the conference finals. But the fact we made it this far, as young as we are, can't be discouraged by that. Mavericks go on and win it all. Ultimately, we all know player development is going to go even higher this year for us. We have the Philadelphia pick, which is nice. That's from the James Harden trade. And now we got in the James Harden Ben Simmons swap, I should say. So 6th overall pick in this draft. So we get to add another young player, but we just made it to the conference finals with one of the youngest rosters in the NBA, if not the youngest roster, if I had to guess. So we'll draft Caleb Gaskins here, and he'll be another project in the future. But that feels good to have gotten him. We also had Jordan Smith drafted, and we'll draft Trent Perry. So welcome to the team, all of you. We'll accept all of these, and we have so many young players. Not even funny. Tariq Whitehead is a free agent. Probably could let him go low key because of how much talent we really have. Tariq Whitehead and Clowney are both free agents. So Clowney was our backup 5. Tariq Whitehead did play, and he shot 43% from 3 on 5 points a game. Maxwell Lewis was obviously from the Dorian Finney-Smith trade. But I will resign Clowney. Obviously, let's make sure to do that. So, but do we need? I don't think we're gonna need to resign because we need to get Koa Pete maybe involved this year. We can make another big trade if we wanted to. We have so many young players and future picks. Like there's so many things we could do here. But ultimately, McKenzie might be ready to play next year. Jordan Smith we just drafted, so probably won't get him involved too much. Just drafted Gaskins. We have, like I said, Koa Pete, Ruzic, who's ready. So to me, the only thing we really need is maybe a backup point guard, which they probably won't get minutes anyway. But I'll give Craig Porter Jr. a contract regardless. And then we'll also re-sign Maxwell Lewis to keep that asset that we got in the trade on the team because it looks like we got something. Tariq Whitehead, I'm gonna let go to another team, although I really loved what he did for us. But I just ultimately think we have other young players who are going to develop better than him anyway. Let him walk, and now we can get Koa in the rotation. We can get Mac in the rotation. Rose is going to continue to play. Cam Thomas did regress, but you have Harper up to an 89. Trey Johnson already up to an 87. So all in all, this is all very encouraging stuff. We also could, if I move here, let's just take a look at this. What we could do is we can move Cameron Thomas to a 6-man role as well. We move Trey Johnson to shooting guard, and then have I don't know, if Koa Pete went to small forward, would he go up like crazy? I don't know if he would or not, but let's check it out. So he is here. He does not go up. What about Ruzic? No. So we'll leave things the way they are. So we'll keep Cameron Thomas as a starter. We're about to go into year 4. Just got 1 game away from making it to the finals. So obviously I have a pretty good feeling that this year could be the year we get there. This man just keeps stacking MVP trophies. Hopefully he has a big cabinet to fit them all in, because man cannot stop winning MVP awards. But here's your All-NBA first team. We do get Dylan Harper to make from All-NBA third team to All-NBA second team, so that's good to see. And here All-NBA third team. And Claxton does not make it on an all-defensive team this year, which is disappointing, but it's all good. We did get no rookies, so no rookies. I was kind of hoping to see... Well, he might have played some minutes last year, which is why he's maybe not here. But we are the first team in the Eastern Conference. Let's take a look at the player stats. He had 24 from Harper, 24 from Cameron Thomas, 19 from Trey Johnson, 15 from Jabari, 12 Koa Pete, as I punched the mic. Like I said, I would have loved to have seen him get a... Yeah, he did play a little bit last year. Barely, but he did play. But massive commodity or massive asset to this rotation. First in the East, we draw Cleveland in round 1, who has a very good team as well. We'll see if we can go ahead and move on. And, well, we're up 3-2. We'll beat them in 6. That was a little sweaty, but we do beat them. And now we get the Knicks, who obviously have a developed Cameron Boozer. So that's going to be tough. We have Brunson, OG. This is going to be, I mean, Battle of New York here, as they're going to go 1-0. You even it up 2-1, 3-1. Would look good. It does look good. And do we continue? Yes, we do. So now we have to play Boston again. And it's Dallas on the other side. So Boston, of course, beat us last year. We got really close to beating them. We've gotten better, but they're going to go up 1-0 anyway. Can we even... Okay, so maybe 2K's finally giving Boston their respect, because I'm not used to seeing Boston 3 seasons in to where they're in the conference finals and making it to the finals. Like, the first season they do sometimes, but after that, they just fall off completely. I don't know why, but 2K, whatever they've done with the Celtics, it never works, but it looks like they may have fixed that. I don't know. But we'll beat them in 5, so we do make it to the finals this year after losing in 7 to them last year. And, of course, who else but the Mavericks and Luka Doncic in the finals. So, Luka, Kyrie, they got MPJ, which is a great addition for that team. He'd fit very well next to Luka and Kyrie. So, that's a great addition. But I do love my squad against theirs, so we'll see if this works out. Game 1 goes to us. Beat them pretty good there. 2-0. Do we go up 3-0 on Mavericks? Nope, of course not. What about... Nope, even series. Okay. So, an even series, they want to fix the rotation entirely. Maybe we should have looked at that before we simulated game 4, but here we are now. So now we got the best of 3, 2 games in Dallas. If we go to 7, it looks like Dallas might take this one though. Unless if we can, nope, we're going to lose. So now we got to win 2 straight. What I'm going to do is we're going to 8-man rotation, boys. We're going to 8-man rotation. Play the 8 best players here to force a game 7 back to Dallas. Please get a game 7. I would love to see a game 7. And it looks like we will maybe make that happen. As long as we don't blow a massive lead. We are going to a game 7. So 34 from Harper, 24 from Jabari. So game 7 for all the marbles to beat the Mavericks to win a championship. Might have to jump into this bad boy. Just keep the lead. That's all I'm asking for. 4th quarter time. Keep the lead. Gonna be close. Let's jump in. 114 to 107. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the clock. Let's make sure we hang on to this bad boy. So hopefully we have the ball here. We do. So that's good. So now... let's get it to our star point guard and Dylan Harper. So let's go to Dylan Harper. Luka Doncic guarding him. Luka might be lost in the sauce. I was ready to cook him, honestly. But let's get a screen and roll. Let's make sure we get an open look here. So we might have Clowney. Oh, my goodness. A steal to start this possession. Okay. As long as we're in transition on Porter, they're going to go to Gafford. But we're there, and he still gets a dunk. Okay. Let's call timeout. Let's get the right rotation. Let's get the right players in. All good. We're up 5 still. 2 minutes 30 left. We can do this. Let's go starters. Let's make sure we got our starters out there. And let's rock with it. So here we go. Got to put the ball in the basket this time. That was pretty bad what we did earlier. All right. Luka Doncic. Give me a screen again, Claxton. Give me... Ooh, I kind of wanted to just chuck that up. Not going to lie. Trey Johnson 3. Excellent release. Let's go. Boom. That goes in. 117 to 109. Massive shot by Trey Johnson. I felt good about that one. I was like, you know what? Let's just catch and shoot this bad boy. All right, so we just make sure we get a stop here. That felt good. Luka Doncic. Just going to pull up a 3, and he's going to miss it. So that's a good stop. A little surprised he took that shot, but hey, we'll take it. Jabari, you want to shoot it? Ooh, that was not even who I meant to pass it to. So that caught me off guard. I should have shot that bad boy. It looks like Harper doesn't shoot the best from 3, so I might not. Although, they're giving him... I sold. I sold right there. I was trying to be fancy. They're going to go to Kyrie or Luka. Luka almost got blocked from behind by Cameron Thomas, but he puts it in. All right, let's make sure to take care of the ball this time. Got a little too fancy there. I was going to try to hit Jabari underneath, and that should never have been passed. But I'm going to see if I can get Jabari in the fade. They do leave. Oh, Claxton. I wanted to shoot the 3 with Claxton low key, but obviously not the best idea. That's going to be a missed 3. Jabari had an open look. I decided to take it. Luka is going to have. All right. It's a 4-point game. We need to lock in. A minute 30 left in the clock. 4-point game. 21 seconds left. We need a score here. I think Luka Doncic. I'm about to say Luka might just let us. That's an open 3. Extra release. I'm about to say that's an open 3 to Cameron Thomas. Let's take it. 7-point game. Man, if we would have missed that, that would have been interesting to see what they would have done this next possession. But that was a big 3 from Cameron Thomas. We needed that so badly. Luka Doncic backing me down. Harper guarding him. Kyrie is open, but he never took the opportunity to give it to him. They're screening with Gafford. Luka is going to have an open 3, and he's going to sink it. Okay, 120-116. Luka Doncic will not go away. We shouldn't expect him to either. But all right, let's get a good shot here. So Jabari kind of really wanted to take the shot with him, but I'm gonna go Cameron Thomas here. Cameron Thomas, Claxton, give me a screen. Give me a screen. Can I cook foul on them? I was about to say that's definitely a foul. So that's gonna reset the shot clock, which we needed anyway, because that possession didn't look like it was going anywhere. So I'm so glad they fouled there. Harper has an open look, but we need to take some time off the clock before we just. Are they double teaming right now? Oh my god, it says Claxton. I thought that dude, of course he was. Why would he be that open? Of course it was. Get the steal. Oh my goodness, is that our ball? It's our ball. Let's freaking go. Wow, I actually shot a 3 with Claxton with confidence like that, dude. Yeah, people would probably tell me to never play the game again after that. But ultimately, 28 seconds left. You know, if Claxton would have hit that 3 though, I would have looked like a freaking baller. But all right, let's hit these free throws. First one sinks in. 121-116. Let's hit the second one now. And that's going to be late. So we get the rebound. Oh, Jabari almost got us a rebound. Oh, Kyrie's in transition. 3, Kyrie. He's going to miss it, though. Get the rebound. Harper gets the rebound. We're going to Cameron Thomas here. Let's go to Jabari. Go back to Trey Johnson. They're going to foul. Oh, my goodness. I was thinking about hitting an open 3 or shooting an open 3, but decided against it. Let's make this next one. That should be all she wrote. And that will be it. So that's going to be the ball game. It's a 7-point game with 14 seconds left. Dallas is going to use their second to last timeout. So they're going to probably delay the inevitable here. But we've came in, we locked in, and we played well to end this one. So we should be bringing Brooklyn a championship, which feels good to be saying. So Kyrie's going to hang on the ball way too long. Too much time off the clock. Going to go to PJ Washington. Not a good shot. That's going to be all she wrote. Let's not even foul me. 4 seconds left in the clock. I'm just going to shoot this up because I just do not want to be fouled. That's your ball game. We are champions. 123-116. Just like that, we bring Brooklyn a title. I'm going to end it there, guys. I did not delete the Lakers file. I actually made a note, and I'm going to keep it on my controller. But tomorrow, as long as no other trades happen, we're going to do a part 2 to the Lakers rebuild we did yesterday, where we continue with Dalton Connect being the superstar, AD and LeBron gone. So, hope you guys are ready for that one. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.